Welcome back to Ringer Tailgate, the Wednesday edition, and we are live in Los Angeles, in the flesh, in person. We do exist. It is real. I'm your host, Tate Frazier. We got a fun show. We're going to go through, of course, the Billy Napier firing. The long national nightmare of Gainesville, Florida is officially over.
Tough.
We got Van Lathan. We got Joel Anderson in the building. First and foremost, Van, what's up, man?
I'm feeling great, man. It's Ringer Core Week. We're all here together. We got Ringer Tailgate. Joel is in town.
That's
East
right,
Coast
man.
Joel.
Man, every time I come to LA, man, and y'all been so great, it makes me just want to move here, man.
Yeah, good weather.
Good weather.
Joel's trying to negotiate his contract to get to L.A.
I
before
was
we even start
just
the
talking
show.
to our producers about it. Also, this is not important because I'm a married man.
Mm-hmm.
Even ugly people have something interesting about them here in LA.
Okay.
Looks wise.
Nice.
Now, why did you have to give the preamble?
Even ugly.
Are you
people.
in one of those relationships where you can't say that somebody look good? Because I refuse to be in one.
So I can say it, but then
How
I
do you
just have
say
to
it?
live with the consequences.
How do you when you are with your lady? How do you say that somebody looks good?
Man, that's a good question. Well, actually,
You can say they look classy.
You know what ends up happening? She usually catches me on my phone. She'd be like, "See something you like?" She'd be like, "Not like watching the Hub or something like that."
Nah,
But
you said catch.
But it'll be like, "Oh, you like that?"
See,
I was
yeah.
like,
See,
"Yeah, I mean, shit. What am I supposed to?"
I think the consequences are coming.
Because you know what it is? Because people do this thing, and it's really like this is a public service announcement. Don't be following what people follow on Instagram. That's not why people on Instagram. If I'm not going to be following stuff on Instagram just to look at it and appreciate it, you know what I mean? Like that's the whole point of it. So why would you come and be?
You're
like,
looking
hey,
at
man,
it from an artistic sense.
I saw you following this person. Well, I don't give a shit. Like
tell
that's
you-
the whole point of this.
Let me tell you the way, and we can start the show after this. Let me tell you the way you do this. You have to put your significant other in conflict. This is what you guys do. You have to put them in conflict. All right.
I don't know if this is a great.
Oh yeah, well it's a good.
I'm excited to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see a picture of Sofia Vergara. She's on TV. You want to say damn, right? You wait. You compliment a guy first. You say, God damn, Antonio Banderas
Looking good for his
is
age.
looking
yes,
good.
yeah.
It's like Antonio Banderas is a very
That's right.
sexy man, 1991, very sexy man, 2021. Like, and you and sometimes you go a little bit over the top. I'm telling you, there's something about Antonio Banderas that like he just maintains the sexy throughout the.
Yes.
That's something. She gets talking. She feels, oh my God, he's all
We're on the
enlightened.
same page.
Yeah, right.
He's
Yeah.
enlightened. He can have a conversation about this and blah 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 blah. And then you go. And also about Sofia Vergara. Defying
Record
gravity
yeah.
with what she's got going on. She still looks good. She could take on any 25-year-old woman.
That's right.
Now, you've injected conflict because I'm telling you straight up, if you have a problem with me saying Sofia Vergara fine, why didn't you have a problem? Now, guess who's not woke? You are. I win. Move on.
You know what? That's a
Big
good
winner.
That's a good idea. Also, I will say I've been to a lot of Maxwell concerts. I've had to put up with a lot of shit. So
Maxwell.
that's her guy that she's.
Oh, wow. Well, there's no threat there. But
Wait, what?
At least it wasn't Usher concerts.
Well, yeah. Wait, no threat.
Usher
No,
comes.
never mind.
Well,
Usher
I just,
creates conflict.
I'll tell y'all one day about me and Beyonce. I actually have a Beyonce story.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Because you're a Houston guy.
Yeah, I'm a Houston guy.
Shout out to H-Town.
Yeah.
This is Ringer Tailgate presented by FanDuel, and if you're betting on college football, FanDuel's the place to do it. They've got everything. Same game parlays, quick bets for when you want to jump in live, and futures available all season long to make your playoff predictions. The app's fast, it's easy to use, and best of all, when you win, you get paid out instantly. Download the FanDuel app or go to FanDuel.com/tailgate to get started. The Ringer is committed to responsible gaming. Please visit rg-help.com to learn more about the resources and helplines available and listen to the end of the episode for additional details. Must be 21 or older in present and select states and 18 and older in D.C., Kentucky, and Wyoming. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Let's get into the show, and let's go down to Gainesville, Florida. We've been talking about this firing as if it is basically on the precipice of happening for about 4 weeks now, but now it is official at this point. Van turned on the voodoo. He tried to get something to happen to Brian Kelly. Unfortunately, the cracked eggshells go down to Gainesville, and Billy Napier is no longer the head coach of Florida. Joe, I'll go to you first here. One big question. What's next for Florida after firing Billy Napier?
Well, it seems like Lane Kiffin, right? And so Lane Kiffin needs to figure out if this is a move that is worth it or if this is a lateral move. And if it's a lateral move, you say, well, look, Ole Miss, I've got everything I need. You know, like how much I took a look at Auburn, right, when I was at Ole Miss. Auburn didn't really appeal to me. How much better is Florida than Auburn? I don't know, right? And he's be like, well, look, I've got a lot of equity here. People at Ole Miss have gotten really used to, my program. If I do well, if I win 11 games, people think
he
I've
told us
exceeded.
the grass isn't always greener, right?
That's right. But that's the thing. But the other part of it is that, man, look, Florida really puts you in the game, man. Like we've seen proof of concept in Florida. Florida's won a national championships more recently. You're closer to the athletes, like Florida in that area and southern Georgia. So I don't know, man. I feel like he can see the upside at Florida, but I kind of feel like for Lane Kiffin, I'm like, man, are you sure you want to give that up? Do you really think about the guys that have succeeded. There's only been like Urban Meyer and Steve Spurrier in my lifetime who've really exceeded like what their expectations are.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If I'm Lane Kiffin, I think, I got a pretty good thing going here. And if that's the case, then it's like, I don't know, Rhett Lashley, Eli Drinkwitz, Alex Golish.
So, I don't trust what you say about Florida. You're out.
What?
I don't trust what you say about Florida.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you who I do trust. Sam Altman. I trust ChatGPT, an LLM, a large language model. Yes, it's happening right here. So I just asked ChatGPT, who are the top 5 coaching candidates
I don't think
for the Florida
this can't
job?
be good.
Okay, I asked him. I want you guys to guess. Now, remember what ChatGPT does. If you guys don't know what a large language model does, what they do is they take all of this text that they've been trained on, they dump it into these big
I never
machines,
thought we'd be here.
Then they
He
predict.
figured out a way to bring our conversation from before this into the
right.
show.
I'm really into LLMs, AI, and all of that.
You said you were
stuff.
studying models all weekend.
I was studying models all weekend. Now, based upon all the chatter, this is what ChatGPT can do. We are not at AGI yet, which is artificial general intelligence. We're not there. We're not close to being there. It's basically giving you everything that people have talked about and it's predicting the answers. Based upon those predictions, who do you guys think the number one head coaching candidate for the Florida job is, according to ChatGPT?
I'm going to ruin Nick Saban.
Wrong. It actually is Lane Kiffin.
Oh.
If I want to see if you guys can guess the 5 names that are on this list, according to ChatGPT, our tech overlord over there. Who you got? Give me one.
I will go with Alex Golish.
Not on there.
Wow.
Not on there.
Rhett Lashley.
Wrong.
Bill Belichick.
Hell no. Think about it,
James
guys.
Franklin.
He's on there. Ding, ding, ding. James Franklin is the number 4 job.
Oh, wow.
So we got
number 4.
3 more.
Disrespectful.
Man, I don't. So you said Alex Golish already,
Drinkwitz's
right?
got to be on there.
Jed
Number
Fish.
2.
Jed Fish.
Number 3. Look,
Yeah.
see, all you guys need is a little bit of goddamn motivation.
I need some artificial
You didn't think
intelligence.
that you could do it. So
Who's number 5?
Kiffin is 1. Number 5 is Urban Meyer.
Bring him
Or
back.
return to Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why I asked ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, number 1, for a bid for the show. But I also asked ChatGPT because this coaching search feels really artificial to me. It feels artificial. The reason being is that I get why Florida fired Billy Napier. I get it.
22 and 23.
Not up to standard,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, can't lose a record there.
But a
They
lot
didn't
of
want him
times,
to be 500 either. That's why they got rid of him.
Yeah.
but when you look at some of the choices in the past that they've made, the coaches that have worked, to your point, Urban Meyer, inspired choice. An inspired choice. You have Steve Spurrier, an inspired choice.
One from Utah, one from Duke. So not big programs.
Not big programs, but guys who are on a trajectory in their coaching career that made everybody think, what are they going to do when they have a shot at the grand thing in college football? Steve Spurrier, obviously, he was coming home. He was a big deal at Florida. He had won a Heisman Trophy at Florida.
Right.
So all of that stuff, this is a little bit more of a cynical choice. This is going to be a school. Even if you look at Drinkwitz, if you look at Fish, if this was Fish, this would be what, his 3rd job in what,
The last 5 years.
The last 5 years.
Yeah.
So this is them legitimately going out there. They're not going to pick some hotshot coordinator. They're not going to pick somebody that's had a lot of success at a lower level. They're trying to go out.
Well, that was Napier. Napier was at
that was
Louisiana.
Napier.
Yeah.
So they're not doing that.
Summerall, you would think Summerall
Looks
would
like
be in the mix, but
maybe.
not according to ChatGPT.
But to me, in order right now for them to sort of placate or comfort the fan base, they're going to have to get someone that the fan base feels like cannot fail. And that always makes a coaching search cynical because you're not really looking into the process, into the person, into what they bring, what they've done. This is literally, this coaching search, this coaching hire is going to be raw meat for the Florida fan base. And it's the same thing that would happen if LSU were to part ways with Billy Napier. It would be the same thing.
You said Billy Napier instead of Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Do you want Billy Napier to be the next head coach of LSU?
I take him right now. I'm just joking. No, Brian Kelly. If in fact LSU were to get rid of Brian Kelly,
Okay.
the coaching search isn't going to be about going out and really trying to find someone. Because think about what an inspired hire Nick Saban was. Think about that.
Yeah.
Look, this is the type of guy that has the right process, that talks the right way, that communicates the right way. We think he's a fit. That it would be impossible now. Brian Kelly was supposed to be the safe choice for the LSU, and it wasn't. So now you got to go out there and get even safer. And this is what we're going to see from a lot of these big-time jobs for these coaches that weren't able to kind of get it done.
We didn't even talk about, we never addressed, by the way, my theory that Nick Saban had integrated the SEC. We'll come back to it some other time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you
never brought the
I
facts.
was looking for, I'd looked everything
He's
up.
got his computer with
And
him.
then
It's
I'd
got to be
had
on
it
that
all,
computer
but
somewhere.
I'm not gonna get into that. But I think Van is right in that if that is actually what they're going to do, they're in real trouble. Because I mean, there's not the 17 and 16-year-olds that are coming up now, they don't remember great Florida. Right?
Also, Gatorade doesn't matter as much because everybody's getting money pumped into their program.
Yeah, Gatorade, the era of like great Florida football, like they've not really been alive for that anymore. And you can really fade from public consciousness if you
young kids don't even know who
mediocre.
Tim Tebow is. They were born in 2006.
Again, this was a losing program over the last few years, right? Like they have a losing record literally under Billy Napier. So, I mean, for Florida Gators fans, I hope that the search is not that cynical and that they consider everybody, and that if John Summerall, emerges as one of the best candidates, that they give him the props. I think the thing is that Lane Kiffin seems like a safe guy because he's really tied to no place, and he's had success at a bunch of different places, and he's going to have his profile. I think you're pretty secure that Lane Kiffin can win 10 games a year.
Also, DJ Lagway comes out and says, quote, "I'm a Florida Gator." Right?
Yeah.
So that's encouraging. If you're a new coach, you're like, at least I got a quarterback there.
Also, think about something else surrounding these coaching searches that's going to be a part of these discussions. The money, right? The NIL. You're going to need to get somebody in there that your collective, that your school is out there promoting, that people are going to feel comfortable donating their money to it, right? So a young coach or a really good coach is still going to need some time to deal with the eventual fallout from the transfers, the decommits, all of that stuff, right? And you're going to have to believe in them so much. That's essentially what Florida was trying to do with Billy Napier. Yeah. What Florida was trying to do with Billy Napier in the years that they gave him was to say, look, this is a guy that came from a smaller school. He is a proven head coach in terms of the product that he puts on the field. Let him get used to it. Let him get used to this. Let him get used to that. If he won't give up the playbook, let him have a couple of failures, and then maybe he'll see that he needs to delegate a little bit more. It never happened. So now people are saying, I'm not donating my money to this anymore. I'm not gonna be a part of this anymore, part of this losing culture. So when you bring somebody in, you really need a figurehead that people can say, this is worth my $200, $300, $2,000 or whatever.
And someone that's a gamer too, right? I mean, Napier, there was no knock on the program the way it was run during the week. Everyone's like, the preparation is great, the team is prepared, like they do things the right way, quote unquote. But when they got to the games, they just didn't do the final step of the whole process, is actually win the game. So that's the other part of this too. And it is funny because like Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin, they play each other this past weekend. And that could be a precursor for the future rivalry down there, right? It could be Florida versus Georgia, Kirby versus Lane. That's great for that rivalry, too, for the SEC.
Yeah. Not so great for Ole Miss, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not great for Ole Miss.
I mean, I think the SEC needs Florida to be better more than it needs Ole Miss to be better, I think, right? Like, Florida is the school they have in that market. They want them to succeed. Hey, maybe they should take my advice. I mean, this is the state of Ron DeSantis and Pam Bondi. Our brows. What are we?
I can't believe
What are we? What are y'all? What are you pretending?
I thought you were going to say
Why
Jimbo
are we
Fisher.
pretending? Hire the guy. I mean, seriously, like, what? There's not society.
We're not.
Give it up.
But if they were gonna do our brows, why wouldn't they just do Urban Meyer?
That's a good one too.
Or Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, if they were gonna do our brows, just do Urban Meyer.
Why is Urban Meyer
or
persona
Duran
non
said he's
grata, by
back.
the way? Actually, what? I mean, he was the coach at the Jaguars. And he did poorly there, but like, if he had done well, he would still be the coach of the Jaguars.
Yeah, but didn't he have some young girl twerking on him at a bar or something like that?
We're in Ohio State pullover.
We're in Ohio State pullover. He was.
But, I mean, look, Bill Belichick.
Is
Is that not the Lane Kiffin? I mean, like, showing up at the hot yoga with the young girl. I mean,
man.
No,
Hold
he's
on
got
real
his
quick.
wife back. He's good.
Hold on real quick.
Did he
Man.
have a
I
wife
gotta
back?
say something.
Layla
Real quick.
for
I gotta say
Yeah, I
this,
think
man.
so. That they're back.
Shout out to Lane, man. That's a hell of a picture. You know what you're doing, Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you two reasons
Kirby called
why.
it out. He said he gave me some hot yoga tickets.
Let me tell you two reasons why that picture cold. That's one of the coldest pictures of college coach. Number one, Lane is looking at the rest of the college coaches and he got, you bunch of fat son of a fat bastards. Look at me. I'm Lane.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I look svelte. I'm ready to go
Tall.
to Greece. I'm
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
And then, no disrespect. But if you told me that picture was the cover art to a Brazzers scene, I will believe you. No disrespect, because them women wasn't involved in none of that.
they're
That's
doing
not
it.
what
They're
was
doing their
happening.
jobs. Yeah.
But you know what that image says?
They're sweaty.
They're sweat. That image
right.
says, I'm Lane Kiffin and I still fuck. The rest of these
Great
guys,
quote card.
some of these guys, you can't imagine them, right?
Yeah.
But not me. I'm Lane Kiffin. You can imagine me still, I'm part of the shit. And that's kind of Lane's whole persona.
Also having his agent at the Georgia game, high profile, walking out of the tunnel with him, you know what I mean? Like basically saying, hey, he's right next to me. We're fielding phone calls, right? I mean, there was definitely Lane. Everything he does, there's a message behind it, so he knew what he was up to.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, bro. I mean, that is absolutely a great point. And look, he just, he seems like a cool guy. People
Also,
wanna
his
play-
daughter's graduating
So-
this year, and that was the
Okay.
reason he was staying at Ole Miss, right? That, at least based on the documentary, she's a senior, so she's going to be graduating, and
We'll see what happens.
It's just funny. I mean, I'm just saying, it's also, that's not playing. Bobby Petrino can't do that. You know what I mean?
It's not happening.
Yeah, right. Brent Venables we can't do it. Steve Sarkis, they know it's too button up, like, right? They've got their the public persona or whatever. Lane is like,
Lane's persona is I'm having fun.
Last thing I'll say on Kiffin.
I'm bringing it.
This is the last thing I'll say on Kiffin.
Okay.
I like what Lane Kiffin brings to college football. I think Lane Kiffin is a funny guy. He's a funny guy on Twitter. He's obviously an incredibly gifted football mind.
Yeah.
Lane needs to find his last job.
Mm-hmm.
He does. If we go back and we look at the career of Lane Kiffin, if we're talking about SC, if we're talking about Tennessee, if we're talking about the NFL with the Raiders, whatever job we're talking about, okay, besides his stint when he's the head guy, I'm not talking about his stint as the OC in Alabama. It could be, I could make an argument that Lane Kiffin is still riding the fumes or riding the wave of a believed potential that has never manifested itself on the field.
Mm-hmm.
That is not to say that he has not had good teams, because he does field good teams. And what he's done at Ole Miss is very impressive. But the perpetual search for Lane Kiffin's coaching dominance at some point has to stop at some job somewhere. So Lane Kiffin needs his last job. He needs the job that's going to make him Urban Meyer, that's going to make him Kirby Smart, that's going to make him not Lane Kiffin, that's going to make him Nick Saban. He needs the job that's going to make him Dabo Swinney. Yeah. If he is, in fact, one of those guys, he needs that situation. We cannot continuously do every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, is Lane Kiffin going to be at this place or at that place?
Mm-hmm. Right.
He's been a nomad. He's cut a really fantastic reputation for himself as a college football mind and as a coach. But at some point, because I can make the argument right now that he's flamed out a couple of different times. He's left programs in the lurch before. If he leaves Ole Miss and carpetbags his way, it was a weird carpetbag to go even further, but if he leaves Ole Miss and finds his way to Florida, I can make an argument that Lane Kiffin is a guy that won't stick and stay and see it through to the end. At some point, if the potential that he has as a head coach is actually going to be a reality, he needs to do that. Yeah. That's just real.
Also, if you're Tennessee, that's kind of your worst nightmare, right? To see after how he left Tennessee to go to USC and then cut to, a decade later, he's going to be at Florida, one of your rivals, and going up against you. So, I mean, he might view that as a way to stick it at Tennessee as well. So,
well, I mean,
a lot of motivations outside the fact that he does love Oxford. We do know he loves Oxford. Oxford's a really pretty town.
Is the SC job cursed?
I mean, that could be another name that could be thrown in the mix, by the way, Lincoln Riley.
Is the SC job cursed? Seriously, think about it. Is the SC job, as it stands right now, is it a cursed job? Right now, Lincoln Riley is trading water at USC. They're doing okay. Yeah. Right? Before that,
trying to get rid of the Notre Dame game, by the way. So USC diehards out here are like, get Riley out of town.
Clay Helton wasn't enough coach for them. Mm-hmm. I mean, that seemed like a very strained situation year after year.
Right.
Before that, you had Sarkisian and Lane Kiffin, two guys that are having pretty decent success at two other places. It was like the USC job wasn't enough for them, or for some reason, maybe the pressure of the USC job, the lifestyle that comes along with it, whatever it is, they couldn't make it work there. One guy rehabs and goes to, when I say rehab, I mean football rehab. I'm not speaking
rehab his career, right?
Yeah. One guy ends up at Ole Miss where he's thriving. One guy ends up at Texas where he's thriving overall.
Yeah, he said he's calling the plays.
Yeah. Right. They couldn't make it work at SC though. And it seems like Lincoln Riley, a guy who was, whatever you want to say,
an offensive guru,
is having trouble making it work at SC. Is the SC job cursed?
The thing I've always thought is that maybe it's a tad overrated. Like, I mean, outside of the John Robinson and Pete Carroll eras, and remember, Pete Carroll was not their first choice. Like they got through a list before they ended up on Pete Carroll because other people have looked at it and said, in theory, great job. In practice, not a lot of people have had the kind of success that they got used to in the late 70s or whatever. So I don't know if
it's also a lot of attractions in Los Angeles, right? I mean, you're down in Oxford, Mississippi. Yeah.
Joe was here one day and he was talking about how the people look.
Oh,
putting all his shit out. Joe was here one day talking about, let me tell you something.
And now he's got consequences.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Ain't no such thing as an ugly chick in LA, man. They all hot. All of them look good, man. You gotta wait.
I said they were ugly. I said they could be ugly, but even just still.
No such thing as an ugly human being. No such thing. No such thing as an ugly human being, bro.
Right, man. I mean, if you want to, you're trying to outwoke me.
I'm not trying to outwoke
you. You're trying to outwoke me.
I'm telling you, I'm putting you in conflict.
Turn down the woke meter. All right. I like it. I like the Florida conversation. Obviously, it's going to be a talking point for quite some time. They're going to go through the whole, racket of figuring out who's going to be the coach there. Let's get to one big reactions from over the weekend. Obviously, we talked on Saturday, talked about some of the biggest games. Van, I'll go to you first. One big reaction outside of what we already hit on Saturday.
Chaos reigns in college football. We are here, guys.
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks away from the playoff committee meeting
Up
for the first time.
Is down. Like water is dry.
Ugly is pretty.
Ugly is pretty. We are here. When you look at the things that are happening in college football, when you look at the destabilizing factors that have led to this sport being one where we could see an Indiana national championship this year, legitimately. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The powers are the powers. We still see the traditional powers being able to swing their weight around. But like Vandy beats LSU, Indiana, ranked in the top 10. Brian Kelly had a terrible, putrid, ridiculously bad press conference that we're going to talk about in Big Fan on Campus.
I like the teaser.
But I will say this, some of the things that he said in the press conference overall, it's not like they're not true. This is a chaotic season, and not chaotic like 2007 was, where a 2-loss team wins the national championship. That was status quo compared to what's happening right now. The status quo in college football has completely been upended. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting down watching the game, Kentucky, Texas, where I can't tell the fucking two teams apart.
Yeah, they're basically the same, right?
Yeah.
And Texas's defense saved them.
I wonder how different the year feels if Arch Manning is as good as at least, 80% as good as we were told he was going to be. Mm-hmm. Then we got Ohio State and Texas still 1-2 maybe, and at least one of the preseason contenders is right up there. But like
Also without the Florida State game too. Right?
Yeah. Oh man, the Florida State game was just
without Alabama getting trounced in the first week. I feel like that threw everything into chaos, right? Everyone was like, "What do we know?"
But again, I've talked about this before. This is the NFL now. People are going to have to get used. Again, when the Chiefs lose a game, people aren't, "Oh man, the Chiefs are terrible. We need to get Andy Reid out of here because he's got clock management issues." People like they have some context to it. Why would it be any different? These are people. They're putting a lot of like faith in the consistency of 19 and 20-year-old people. Like it just doesn't happen. And it's a miracle that every year that there's an undefeated team or whatever, because they're going through their own shit, man. They're going to be, they're building confidence, losing confidence on a week-to-week basis. There's less depth at those great schools than ever before, so talent has been more spread out than ever before. So
injuries matter more than ever,
injuries
too.
matters.
Yeah.
So like things are going to happen and guys are going to lose, and it can't be that, well, man, now Texas Tech must be sorry they lost to Arizona State. It's just that this is what college football. I don't know.
Sam Levitt comes back. You know, he was injured the week before, so
I don't know if this is the new normal, but it feels like something we might want to get used to.
Yeah, I'll tell you something right now, man. NIL, transfer portal, NIL, EBT, FBI, CIA, ATF, whatever you want to put. I'm not getting used to losing to Vandy. So figure it the fuck out. Like figure it out.
TigerDroppings.com is not getting used to it. Yeah,
they're not used to it. Shout out to all of my degenerates on TigerDroppings.com, all my LSU fans. Hey man, I don't whatever fucking 3 letters you want to give me, man. Whatever 3 letters you want to give me, HPV, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not getting used to in any iteration of college football ever losing to Vandy.
Yeah.
It's like my little brother one time, quick one. My little brother one time beat me in the Madden. He beat me in the Madden. You know what I did? I fucking rededicated. Because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, put in the hours.
Madden, I'm throwing picks. He running the shit back. He dancing. They got all kinds of crazy dances on him. He doing the thing. You know what I said? I said, hey, that's not happening.
No more Dougie and
No more. I'm like, that right there. And then a couple of weeks later, me and him played, and he was like, I went and got a Madden coach. Ask. I went and got a Madden coach. I hired a Madden coach.
Where was he? Best Buy?
No,
just waiting on people?
You can get a Madden. Man, video games have changed, bro. Wow.
Look, I'm playing the Madden during
George Whitfield, former quarterback guru.
I'm playing the Madden during the pandemic. This is we talking about this on Higher Learning. I'm playing the Madden during the pandemic. 2 things happened. One, I got in the league with NFL players, with NBA players, who are the best video game players I've ever played before in my
They
life.
got so much time.
It's insane. Okay, that's number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, I lost to my little homie, and at that together, I started watching Madden YouTube videos. And at the end of one of the Madden YouTube videos, one of the guys says, "Hey, I also do private coaching." I hired him in the Madden, went out, and he taught me stuff. I got better, came back, beat the little homie. That's not happening. If I lose like LSU lost, I'm going to rededicate myself and do what the fuck I have to do. I'm maintaining that status quo forever.
That's
never beat
shocking. I did not know you could hire coaching for fucking Madden, man.
He also dropped names of some other people that he coached.
Man, you know,
any names you'll willingly mention or no?
I can't,
bro.
All right,
but
keep him protected.
I just wonder because like I saw Justin Bieber hooping with the dude, not Lethal Shooter, but you know it's like one of those.
I saw that video too, and
Yeah.
no one's
Shout out
playing
Lethal
defense.
Shooter.
Yeah, Lethal Shooter.
North Carolina.
Yeah, Lethal Shooter crazy.
Yeah, went to
That's my
Washington
guy.
State.
But it
Shout out.
was one of those other cats, like the white dude, man. And like, I mean, Bieber's jumper
Chris
was
Brickley?
wet. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. Bieber's jumper was wet, and I was like, man, but what?
He's always been solid.
But I'm like, what are you hoping is going to happen? Like, they don't do the rock and jock weekends anymore.
He just wants to be good at basketball.
He just wants to be, but like,
I think he wanted. Yeah, he
what's
wanted
the
to show
point?
people.
But
he
like,
still
for
got it.
what? Why? Who
Joe,
cares?
what are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about?
Like, do you? What if you really like doing something? Do you want to get
In
smacked around at it?
basketball?
Yeah.
I mean, just.
They weren't playing defense. That was
I mean,
the
I'm just like,
frustrating
I'm
part.
going to
They
go
were letting him
through.
shoot.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go
They were
through.
giving
I'm going to
him
go
shots.
through professional level
I wouldn't
training
like that.
to work motherfuckers out at LA Fitness for real. Like, I okay, cool.
Someone said he was training to go up against Chris Brown. Apparently, they're gonna play a game
Chris Brown
against
fairly
each other.
cold.
And
Hey,
that
Chris
would
Brown
be
fairly cold.
that would be a
Justin,
Chris
I
Brown
read-
route.
Yeah.
Justin, shut the shit down, bro.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Chris on some different shit. Like that's not.
He's like
even-
dancing with the basketball.
Yeah, Chris on
yeah.
some different shit. Justin not.
Can Chris Brown beat J. Cole?
I said actually a good one.
I think I'd take J. Cole.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Damn.
Y'all, hey man,
Depends on the type of game we're playing.
Chris
though.
on some different.
If we're playing like a real
played-
structured game,
I
I'd
played-
take J. Cole. If we're playing like, LA Fitness, I maybe take Chris Brown.
I played in the game. It was me.
Mm-hmm.
This was the people on the court. Me, shout out to Jack McClinton.
Mm-hmm.
Lethal Shooter was there.
Nice.
Chris Brown was there. Chris on some different shit.
Wow.
And that was actually later Chris too, but Chris on some different shit.
Yeah, he's bouncy.
All right, well, okay.
Tappahannock, Virginia. Shout out.
Man,
All right,
good for
cool.
him, man.
We in person.
get back on the rails.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
but for the bad shit, Chris Brown is a talented motherfucker, man. He really is.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it's
Selling out
crazy.
stadiums.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah,
Nobody's perfect.
go look at James Brown Wikipedia.
Miles Davis.
Go look like nobody's perfect. All right, let's not get fucked
Okay,
up.
let's
All
try
right.
Move on.
David Ruffin.
Yeah, right.
All right, back to you. One big reaction from
Why
the
don't
weekend.
you choose somebody? Why don't you do like Tommy Lee or somebody?
I mean, no,
Don't-
I thought we were
don't-
keeping it
Don't
R&B.
speak on our.
I thought we were keeping it R&B. No, we're keeping it soul.
Yeah. Florida State's biggest mistake was getting everybody's hopes up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just think about this. Florida is coming off its worst season in a half century. They've not been this bad since 1974. They're 2-10. Everybody's a joke. Everybody's laughed at them. They've bottomed out. It could not get pretty much any worse for Florida State. Nobody had any expectations for Mike Norvell.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, if somebody had come up to you at the beginning of the year and they'd be like, man, if Florida State goes 8-4, 7-5, that'd be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people be like, oh,
Well,
yeah.
7-5, maybe a less
8-4
so.
would
That'd be a little disappointing.
7-5, but 8-4, I'd
said-
have been like, he righted the ship for sure.
8-4, and you beat Alabama.
Yeah, and
If you gave him that deal, they'd be like, yeah,
right.
for sure.
But the problem is that the Alabama game happened at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to play the former Texas A&M at Commerce. They played Kent State, one of the worst programs in FBS, and everybody was like, well, damn, they must be a top 10 team. There was no real, I mean, the Alabama game is just so bizarre, but in retrospect, there's no reason to believe they were ever supposed to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they're as bad
Yeah.
as they should have been at the beginning of the year, everybody is like, well, man, Mike Norvell needs to get fired. They're horrible. They went out there and lost to Pitt. God damn it. That was a team that you, at the beginning of the year, that easily could have lost to Pitt and nobody would have been surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But beating Alabama fucked everybody's minds up. And now, like, Mike Norvell is in hell.
Joel,
He built expectations.
Built expectations.
you're right about this, but I'm starting now to wonder about what's going on at Florida State. And obviously that sounds like a stupid thing to say. They just went out and basically gave up at Stanford. They did. They gave up at Stanford, right? And that happens. You're dealing with young men. They see their season going left, and it's sometimes difficult to get them
Also,
to rally and
Castellanos
play.
gets knocked out of the game.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things going wrong right now for Florida State. But, man, bruh, after the Stanford game, I went back and I watched the condensed game of
Key plays,
the
YouTube TV.
YouTube TV.
Love it.
Plays.
I went back and watched the condensed game of the Alabama game. And then, you can't really see anything from that. So then I went back and watched the All-22. Okay. They did not just beat Alabama by a last-second field goal, bruh.
They dominated.
They flopped them, bro. Alabama was not matching up with Florida State. When I'm telling you they weren't matching up, Florida State had a plan for the explosive receivers of Alabama. Florida State had Alabama outflanked and out-leveraged.
Earl Little had a great game.
They competed Alabama. They out-coached Alabama. They beat Alabama, a team right now that is as dangerous and looking as dominant as any team in college football. They flopped them.
Is that a Baton Rouge word?
I just made that shit up.
Flopped. Okay.
Like, I don't
Power
understand.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there haven't been wins like this in the past,
Yeah.
but there have not been wins like this from a team that then goes out and loses 3 straight to squads that are in no way good. Like, no way good.
Virginia's good.
Virginia, you can make an argument.
Yeah,
Virginia's a good
Virginia
team.
was good.
And they could have won that game.
They could have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
But just like, there's either something about them or their brains broke in some kind of way. And I still think, and I don't know how to prove this, I still think in that Florida State locker room, there's a really good team in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's an ACC contender / championship team in there at some point, but they just don't know how to harness it anymore. I
think when
what
they
happened.
lost to Virginia, they were like, the season's a wrap, and I think that the things changed.
That
I really
was-
do.
That's a really emotionally taxing stretch of games. Like you lose against
In
Virginia
overtime.
and lose, and then you go to Miami,
Yep.
right?
It's actually 4 straight, is it
It's
not?
4 straight.
Yeah, Jesus.
Right. This
yeah.
is the 4th year that Mike Norvell has lost 4 games in a row. Right. But at least, I mean, and like they go lose to Miami, and the Miami game had to have been sobering because it's like, bro, we're not better than them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They beat our ass. Like
Especially
we're
on the
different
line.
level.
Yeah.
We're on a different level. And so I do think Van is right that I don't think they're a bad team, but it's just like, man, I don't the Alabama thing is just so bizarre because people were questioning like Alabama's heart and effort. Like,
Yeah, right.
They were
They were
looking
crunching the
back
tape
at the
too,
film
yeah.
and they were like, man, look at that dude. He's not
Yeah,
even.
they players
Yeah, look at that
apologizing.
angle
for
he
not
took right
chasing
here.
them.
Yeah, right. They were like, they did all that shit to him. And so again, it's going to be one of the weirder games, the weirder results that we just have to throw out. We have to pretend that game didn't happen because clearly it doesn't tell us anything about the year. It was predictive in no way of anything that was to come.
SEC propagandists love that point. They'll make sure to bring that up. That game does not count now officially off the record. Florida State did not beat Alabama.
I wonder how Danny Cannell feels about that one. Danny Cannell was on his little sailboat all around. I like the troll that Danny Cannell is. But one thing that I don't like. This is what I don't like. I like trolls and people that talk their shit. This is why I fuck with Lane Kiffin. Yeah. Because Lane Kiffin could go out and lose by 15. He's still gonna do his little thing, right?
He lost last weekend. Was still trolling.
Yeah. Danny Cannell get real quiet once the wheels come off.
Those are the rules of trolling. You have to be available after the fact.
Yeah. So now it's like it's crazy. 4 straight. I give him credit because he was out there slinging the thing around. You know, Danny Cannell, the quarterback. Yeah. But he got real quiet after they lost.
Man, you know the thing about Danny Cannell that's kind of funny to me too, man. It's like you'll talk.
He's a nice guy. I met Danny. Nice guy.
Yeah. Every single person that I know that actually knows him says he's the greatest guy.
Yeah, super
really.
nice.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. But to that point, remember when Bucky called him a pure hoe? That's he said.
We had a nice clip going.
Yeah, we were going. We were talking about. I don't mean that. I'm not trying.
Pure hoe.
I'm not trying to call the man a hoe, bro.
Well, no, and I mean he acted like, oh, you're classist and whatever. But man, bro, like if you're gonna be talking shit. And he was trying to dig into the Sanders. He was trying to talk about how they were basically a fraud. They were perpetrating fraud on folks. And if they come back at you, man, don't start talking about that's classy and all that. Don't that's some hoe shit too. That is hoe shit. That's hoe shit.
He went from quoting someone to confirming the point.
No, you are in fact a hoe.
Well, I mean, it's hoe shit. I didn't say he was a hoe.
Okay,
I said what he did was hoe shit.
Not the actor.
Yeah. That's what happened between Flip and Flip and Mark Lamont Hill. Mark Lamont Flip said, shout out Flip, shout out Mark Lamont Hill. Flip said, that sucker shit. Mark Lamont Hill was like, I take that as you call me a sucker. Boy, Mark, man, shout out my guy. I take that as you calling me a sucker. See, that's what Danny Cannell gonna do to you.
Man, I mean, man, look, I mean,
we're gonna rewind when we said nice things.
How many times are you gonna try to sick motherfuckers on me, man?
I
You had Colt McCoy, now Danny McKay. It's all, you know that the brothers would never come after me like that.
Yeah,
bro.
it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
It's the Stephen A. Smith argument right there.
Exactly.
I like it. Let's do some contender pretenders. We got some teams. CFP, like I said, 2 weeks away. We got some teams out here. Pretty fascinating just looking at the odds. Brought to you by FanDuel here. Notre Dame minus 280 to make the playoffs. So they're getting trending to almost a lock. South Florida plus 142. Got a big game against Memphis, obviously. BYU undefeated at plus 410 to make the playoff. Disrespectful to BYU. They thought that we were disrespectful to them. The odds are being disrespectful. Georgia Tech plus 164. Looked like the class of the ACC. Texas plus 235. LSU plus 880 to make the playoffs. And Miami minus 280 to make the playoffs. So out of those teams I just mentioned, is there any that stand out to you where you feel like the odds don't actually match up with what you think, what you've seen on tape?
Just first of all, the fact that LSU's on the list at all is y'all trolling.
No, I wanted to get your reaction.
Get them off the list. They're not making the playoff. All right, they just get them.
Brian
off the
Kelly
list.
said they are.
Hey, look, I'll tell you like this. I've lost faith. I'm going to enjoy watching LSU football for the rest of the season, but I just don't think with the season the way it's going to shake out with everything that they're going to make the playoff. I'm surprised at the Notre Dame number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised at the Notre Dame number because Notre Dame. I guess this is factoring in the schedule and the fact that they're going to be
Marcus Freeman,
favored.
another name thrown out for the Florida job.
Right.
He said he appreciates it. It's a privilege.
They're going to be heavily favored in every game that they play. The Love and Price, the Jeremiah Love is the best running back in college football.
Right.
Not even close. And the second,
Ahmad Hardy, Jonah Coleman, yeah, they're in the mix.
I think that he's.
I think he's the best too.
he's
I'm just saying.
clear.
We'll give some love to the other guys.
And I'll be honest with you, I think the second best running back in college football is in his same backfield with him, or in his same running back room with him. I really do. I think it's Price.
Goodness.
I think
top five.
I think it's Price. I think that's the second best back. Look, Notre Dame can do a lot of things. I'm surprised that the bettors are so sure. That's a pretty good.
Well, it's interesting because they're kind of tied to Miami. So Miami and Notre Dame have the exact same odds to make the playoffs. So Miami needs Notre Dame to win the rest of their games, obviously, to validate their win to make sure that they're in the playoffs. So they're kind of like they're kind of like every Miami game, Notre Dame's like, we need Miami to win, and vice versa.
They talk about firing people. If Miami doesn't make the playoffs, they need to consider firing my boy Cristobal.
Oh, he said it right.
Yeah, I said it right. Yeah, it was Cristobal. In the
Apologies
homeland.
to the Venezuelan crowd that was defending you.
Argentinian.
Sorry.
There you go. You okay? Yeah. So
you just saved me.
But I mean, look, man. I mean, they have SMU, Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, and Pitt. No wonder the odds are ever in their favor. So they should
watch out for Pitt. Watch out for State.
That's the thing. It's just like if they lose that game, man, I don't want to hear shit about y'all not being mad if you don't make the playoffs, bro. Like I just don't want to hear it. Man, and the Texas Tech thing is sort of interesting to me. The only reason I think Texas Tech has such good odds is that they play the dregs of the league at the end of the year. Like they've got like literally three of the four worst teams: Oklahoma State, UCF, and West Virginia. And those are pretty bad teams. Kansas State's not great. Like, Kansas State is the best team they play. Well, I'm sorry. They have a showdown against BYU on November 8th. That'll be kind of like their big Super Bowl this year. But I'm like, I mean, again, if Miami can't make the playoffs, bro, you got to think about firing Mario Cristobal, man.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that is.
and maybe you hire Art Brown.
So this is the thing I'm going to say.
If Miami doesn't make the playoff, you say you have to fire Mario Cristobal?
This is how you get a reaction. I like it.
If not now, when?
Joe, what the fuck are you
If not
talking
now,
about?
when, bro? Like Florida State's not good. Georgia's not as
Shakespearean.
good as they are. Ohio State's kind of they've got a freshman quarterback.
Joe.
Like everything is laid out for you. The ACC's not tough now. Like nobody is good in the league.
Georgia Tech.
As soon as everybody catches up and inevitably gets better, then Miami is going to be in real trouble. Dog, this is the year that you're supposed to have. I don't understand why more people aren't like holding Cristobal.
What was Cristobal's record last year?
It was like 10-2.
Okay, what are you talking
Or
about?
11-2.
It's 10-2. Like
They didn't make the playoffs.
Lost to
Okay.
Syracuse.
And they lost a stupid game and you got the Heisman Trophy. Well,
I totally
not
get it.
the draft.
I totally get it. But
Probably should have won the Heisman.
if you're, I get it. I get that if you're Miami, you want to make the playoff. Of course, you want to make the playoff. But in this current climate, this college football coaching economy, if you're talking about firing a 10-2 coach, like if they, I personally don't. I think right now, okay, forget about this. Forget about the actual. Let's look at what Miami is. Did they go out and lose a game that maybe they shouldn't have lost to Louisville? Right. At home, 4 picks from the QB.
Friday night.
They did.
Friday night's
Understandable loss.
But look at the construction of the team. You can look at Miami, unlike some of these other teams, unlike my Tigers, right? And look at dominating units that Miami has. You can look at the team you're getting better. You can look at the team establishing an identity, establishing things that they do well, and you can say Mario Cristobal has this team elite in the trenches.
Yeah.
O-line, D-line, with everything else.
And found a playmaker.
You are making my point for me.
You're
right. And if you lose with that team to this, the best team you play in this stretch is SMU. The best team you play in this stretch is Duke Jr.
Yeah.
SMU. I mean, if you can't, I call him Duke Jr.
I like it.
Yeah, get it? All right. Anyway, I mean, bro, I'm not, they may not fire him. They don't probably need to fire him.
It's a ridiculous suggestion.
But I'm just like, it seems like it would be a conversation that people should have. I'm like, bro, why are you losing? Like, everything is in front of you. Like, there's no excuse for this.
I get it, but
you're better than everybody you played, and this would be 2 years in a row.
Minus 280 to make the playoffs, so they're on the right side of the line.
They're on the right side
so.
of it. I'm just saying. That's what I'm just saying. Like, hey man, like just do what you're supposed to do. Bro.
You mentioned the chaos, obviously, Van, at the top, and you mentioned that this is college football now. It used to be you had to go undefeated, right, to be in the BCS, right? And
maybe
then,
one loss.
Yeah, maybe one loss.
Yeah.
But right now
or
we have
two if you LSU.
Yeah, if you're in the
everybody else
SEC, you can
loses
lose
crazy.
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how it works. We have 6 undefeated teams right now: Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, BYU, Navy. Of those 6 teams, do we think any team will end up undefeated this season?
Ohio State will.
Minus 260.
Nah, they're gonna lose to Michigan. I'm just joking. I thought Ohio State would lose to Michigan earlier on this year. I'm starting to really crawfish on that take.
Ever since Sharon Moore put the blue collar jacket on, they play with a little bit more will and want to.
Ohio State looks like they could go undefeated. Somebody's going to get to Texas A&M.
I think Indiana, someone's going to get them too.
You think somebody's going to get Indiana? Let's look at the schedule.
UCLA this weekend.
UCLA this weekend for
Watch out.
My boy, Nico.
Nico. Hey, I tell you right now. I tell you right now. If UCLA actually gets it done against Indiana, I'll come in here in a Nico jersey. No bullshit.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
And if UCLA is listening, send a Nico jersey.
Do
over.
that, dog.
Joel deserves a Nico jersey.
UCLA
Jordan
really,
brand.
UCLA really should be hollering at me, man. You
right.
know what I mean? Because I've been putting on for them this whole time.
Unfortunately, the athletic budget isn't there for them to be, sending out things probably. But.
Shout out Tim Skipper, man. They've done a great job. And look, I mean, it's sort of disrespectful. Like they're like a 25-point underdog this week against.
Yeah,
Indiana.
that's what I mean. I like them to cover that at least.
Yeah.
Not that
so
we're a gambling
if you look at this schedule, it's for Indiana.
Yeah,
it's Indiana. It's UCLA, Maryland, Penn State, Wisconsin, Purdue.
I mean,
yeah, they're not losing.
That's a Mario Cristobal stretch again.
You guys,
that's a great schedule for Indiana.
I'm gonna say something right now. Penn State on the road November 8th. It doesn't feel like it right now, but that's a losable game. Yeah. It doesn't.
They look better against Iowa.
It doesn't feel like it right now. But that's a losable game. They could lose the game and it wouldn't matter. They would still be in the playoff, but that right there is a losable game.
I just want to point this out. The Iowa-Penn State game, both quarterbacks threw less than 100 yards in that game.
Yeah.
One of the worst games I have watched from an offensive standpoint in my entire life.
I mean, Iowa, man, I don't know what they're doing, man.
It's like purposeful.
Even the sun. It wasn't even, like obviously
they like
it wasn't
it.
even Brian
Gronowski
Ferentz.
likes it, yeah.
Man, people told me that Gronowski was going to be good, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what you got, huh?
No, you put that jersey on, they're like, you're not throwing over 100 yards. It's unbelievable. I wanted to ask about another Big Ten team. Overreaction of the week, Wisconsin athletic director Chris McIntosh sent a message to the fans. He talked about supporting Luke Fickell and also said that they need additional financial investment in the program. Luke Fickell was the best or had the most favorable odds to be the next coach fired a couple weeks ago. Obviously, Napier takes that away from him. But Luke Fickell, they're in for the long haul with Luke Fickell.
Well, they just said that they're still – I think that can –
I think it can change.
Yeah, like let's get to the end of the year. Mm-hmm. The problem – for Luke Fickell, right, is that, man, they've got Indiana, Oregon, Illinois is going to come there, Washington's going to go there.
Oregon's wearing Grateful Dead jerseys. They're having fun.
Yeah, man.
They're dancing on the graves.
They're going to be the scene at Camp Randall. Because I always just think about, like, the conditions that set it up for a guy to get fired and when it's, like, officially, like, we just can't do this anymore. Like, they've already been shut out 2 weeks in a row, which is embarrassing. But, like, okay, the last one happened to Ohio State. You can live with that.
We saw it with James Franklin. I mean, they're booing him as he's walking out of the stadium after Northwestern.
There's not going to be people there. People are going to stop going to these games. And then the people that go there, they're going to see Wisconsin get drove and not score. Because that is one of the more frustrating things. It's like when your team is out there and they're not even threatening to get down the field, and people are going to get mad.
Got no run game, right?
But I see the vision because I'm like, all right, I don't think Luke Fickell's a bad coach. Like, I'm not sure he's a good one, but I don't think he's a bad one. And I could see the argument for being like, man, we're not even going to get our top candidate. Like there's going to be so many jobs open right now.
Too many jobs open.
We're not going to be able to get anybody. Like people are going to look at this and we're not going to be. So what about we just put money into the roster, see if Luke Fickell can finally, make some hay for us. I can see that. I can see the vision for that.
Well, this is a situation where, and this is kind of the thing as fans that we never really can see, right? A lot of times a coach is making a decision on a quarterback, on a safety, on a corner or something like that. And as fans, we're like, what the hell are they doing? We see this guy, he can't play. He's not seeing the field. It's not going right. And then, you get the coach, and the coach goes, hey, I'm in practice. I know my team. I know my personnel. I know what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that coaches can't be wrong. I'm not saying that they're not tied to certain players. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying a lot of times the coach knows the personnel that he has. He knows how making a change will upset the chemistry of his team or whatever. Wisconsin, they know Luke Fickell. Like, they know him, right? They know why they hired him. They know what they saw in him. We all see the
and he wanted to be there. I mean, he said it was his dream job, right?
We all know the disastrous results that we're seeing on the field. The question is, if we are willing to say that a lot of these games are going to be losses, that they're outgunned, outmanned, they haven't shown anything to say that they can win that particularly tough Big Ten schedule that they have in front of them. The question is, what does a team need to show in order for the administration, in order for the fan base to reinvest in not just the second half of this season, but in the team going into next year? Right. What, if anything, can Wisconsin show right now to make people believe that there is a future with Luke Fickell? Is it fight? Is it execution? What is it? What has to happen? Because he's got to show something. Right? He's got to show something. That's what kept Billy Napier around. What kept Billy Napier around for a long time was, the results weren't happening on the field, but those guys were playing their asses off for Billy Napier.
They love him, man.
And you go, eventually, they're playing so hard. Napier's a good coach. Those two things are going to meet, and you're going to get good football. It's never quite happened. I guess the question with Luke Fickell is, what does everyone at the top there at Wisconsin and in the stands there need to see to believe that there's a future with him at Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Badgers. You know what I mean? There's a lot to figure out, but that is a football school, I would say. Obviously, they're good at both.
It's a football culture.
Right.
I mean,
They love jumping around, right?
Remember, man, I get, it's just kind of funny because as an old person, you kind of remember things, and certain programs can be fixed in your mind. And to me, Wisconsin is always going to be an interloper, like Oregon. Like, they weren't good when I was a kid. They got good in my teenage years, but Wisconsin was sort of like a Big Ten doormat for a number of years. So it's not so far in the past that I think of Wisconsin. I'm like, oh, they could be bad real easy, man. Like, there's nothing.
What is this? I hate this.
Well, they could be.
You do this.
They could be Purdue.
Okay, bro.
I love a dissenting
Nothing
opinion.
stopping them.
It's not a dissenting opinion. He does this every time with every team. Every single team. Well, they ain't never been shit, so they can go back to not being shit. What are you talking about? It's like
they're not good, man. I mean, you remember Brent? You remember Brent Moss? You know what I'm saying?
I remember Ron Dane.
Okay,
I remember Jonathan
They
Taylor.
got good.
Monty Ball. Yeah.
Monty Ball. Wisconsin is. I wouldn't say that they're an elite program, but for a long time now, they've been a winning, dependable football program.
Yeah. Y'all talking about them like, oh, man, a football program. Like they Ohio State or some shit. That's Wisconsin. I mean, they're good. But, there's nothing stopping them from being bad.
You think they're a basketball school? You're saying
they were a good basketball team. I mean, they've been as good.
Bo Ryan, great
They've
guard.
had more success basketball. They played in the national championship game as a basketball program.
Yeah, 2015, 10 years ago.
Right.
Feels like yesterday. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do biggest games of Week 9, our favorite other matchups, and, of course, Big Van on campus. We'll be right back after the break. Ringer Tailgate is brought to you by FanDuel. This college football season is delivering weekly showdowns you don't want to miss. And right now, all customers on FanDuel can score a 50% profit boost for this week's big match on campus between Texas A&M and LSU. Just place a bet on the game, apply your profit boost, and enjoy boosted winnings when your bet hits. And the best part, you get paid instantly when you win. This weekend, we got Texas A&M, LSU. I like A&M. I told Van I would pick A&M for the hopes that LSU could get it back together, so we'll see if this works out. Visit FanDuel.com/tailgate to download the app and boost your next bet on this week's marquee game. Must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. All right, welcome back to Ringer Tailgate, Week 9. We got some great games coming up in college football. Not the most entertaining slate if you're a casual fan for the most part, but we'll tell you why you need to watch some of these games. Biggest games of the week: number 8 Ole Miss at number 13 Oklahoma. Oklahoma looked like they were back to life at South Carolina last week, and Ole Miss obviously trying to bounce back after the loss against Georgia. They looked great early in that game, especially. Number 15 Mizzou at number 10. I repeat, number 10 Vanderbilt. That is the college game day game. Number 3 Texas A&M. Undefeated at number 20 LSU. Brian Kelly said this is the game to get right. And, of course, UCLA, Joel's UCLA team, taking on number 2 Indiana. So those are the 4 biggest games. Van, I'll go to you first. Which game of those 4 stands out to you? Let me guess, LSU.
Yeah, it stands out.
Oh, time for the Locked On Tiger segment. Oh, yeah. All right, go ahead.
So, you know what?
He's going to pivot.
Locked On Tiger.
Wait a second, though. I'm not going to choose the game right now because because we're coming to Big Van on campus right now. I'm not going to do that game right now.
Okay.
Another sneaky big game is I'm staying in the SEC, and I'm going to go with Ole Miss and Oklahoma.
I'm excited for that. Yep.
Very excited for it.
Lane versus that defense.
My question for you guys
please,
is what is more important here? Is it more important that Ole Miss doesn't take their second loss of the season so they keep their playoff momentum going, particularly now when their coach is having a not-so-subtle dalliance with Florida? I don't know that he's doing it.
He's winking back.
He's winking back. He's giving you.
They're blowing kisses, but he's winking back.
You know what? You know what this is called? You know what it's called? We call this act right in Baton Rouge. Like you holler at a chick and you go, "Yo, she give you some act right?"
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin is giving Florida some act right.
Oh,
you know what I mean? He opened the DM, and so, never mind. I'm not gonna get into the whole DM.
No, well, but I get it. He's just like, yeah, man, I'll be in town.
Yeah,
My hotel room.
Yeah, we can
get
get coffee.
Regency.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
what's up?
he giving us some act right. You know what I'm saying? Is it more important that Ole Miss gets right and does not suffer their second loss of the season on the way to a potential playoff berth? Or is this going to be the game that Oklahoma wins to announce themselves as a real player in the SEC? They can't seem to win that game. They can't seem to win that game that they need to win to be like, hey, we're here over a team. Like even the Texas game, odd loss for them. Not really when you consider Mateer's injury.
And the fact that he threw 3 picks in that game. I mean,
But still, though, like which storyline here is more compelling than you guys, or which situation?
I think Oklahoma is more compelling to me. I think if Oklahoma wins this game, then they're essentially back in the same position they were in before the Texas game. And now John Mateer is a fully healthy. We all believe in the defense. We never stop believing in the defense, right? So, I mean, if they can send that message that, hey, he's 100%, our defense is who you thought they were, we can win a big game, we're actually a real contender, I think that changes the whole narrative of the season for them.
Oklahoma has to win this game because this might be the easiest game they have down the stretch. You know, this is their final 5: Ole Miss, at Tennessee, at Alabama.
It's tough.
Mizzou comes home,
Nuts.
and then LSU.
Yeah.
Right. Like I guess LSU or Ole Miss, whatever. You know, it might be the easiest game left. So they have to win this game because it's just the odds of them getting into the playoffs and going through that stretch, man. It's just going to. So they can't. I mean, you got to expect, man, going to Bama, that's a lot to ask. So they don't have a lot of wiggle room. Ole Miss, when they get past this, if they manage to get past this game, I mean, they got South Carolina, the Citadel, Florida, and Mississippi State. So, like, they're home free. I even think that
is that game at Florida?
No, it's at home.
Oh, okay. I was like, if Lane is in Gainesville,
you can just say, like, you know what?
they're really
He's
good.
like, yeah, man. He's like, I don't even gotta. He's like, we don't even have to. Don't fly me in right now because I'm gonna be in town at the end
I'll
of the
talk to
year.
you guys.
So, just I'll meet y'all around the corner at the hot yoga studio. So
I want to say something real quick because I had to look it up here. So something has happened 6 times since 1980. Do you know what that is? Wisconsin is one of the Big Ten. Why don't you put some respect?
Oh man, you were looking up Wisconsin.
Why don't you put some respect?
Are you on ChatGPT?
ChatGPT.
Hold on.
Large language model. LLMs. They're gonna take over the world. Barry Alvarez won it 3 times.
Are you sure?
Shout out to Barry. Remember when Barry came back and coached that bowl game?
Brett Bielema won it 3 times. Now 2012 was tricky. They were only 4-4 in the conference, and they went to the title game because Ohio State and Penn State had sanctions, but they beat Nebraska 70-31 for the Big. I'm just saying, 3 outright championships, 3 shared championships.
Joel's fact checking ChatGPT.
And
let me
94, 2014, 2016, 2017.
That's what I think.
All right there, division
I'm going to give
champs.
you Wisconsin. Why are we having this digression? But now I got to do it. Since Joel Anderson was born in 1978, let me give you the Wisconsin records: 5-4-2, 4-7.
They won 62% of their games.
75, 74, 7-4-1, 5-6.
They won 62% of their games.
3-8, 1-10, 2-9, 1-10, 5-6, 5-6. And then the year I turned 15, they go 10-1-1. It took until I was 15 years old until they were like a decent team.
I think it's good to give that context.
Yeah, that's all I'm just saying.
I like that context.
I remember it.
Right.
Yeah, Van.
He remembers.
You started in 1980. He's 1978.
He remembers.
He had 2 more years.
He remembers how good Wisconsin was when he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
He remembers rooting for the Badgers.
I was watching Tim Brown, Tony Rice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It goes back to your argument last
I
week
saw
that you
Doug
have so
Flutie.
much knowledge with all the names that it all can flood
Oh,
in your
right
brain.
there.
I watched the
It all
Doug. I
connects.
can remember watching the Doug Flutie Hail Mary on TV live. Like I remember
Yeah.
that. Like,
There you go.
So
Right.
that's just,
He's looking up like, Dad, Wisconsin sucks.
They're a basketball school.
They're a basketball school. Bring out Fred Kane and Sam. Where's Sam Decker in this bitch, Dad?
all I know is that LSU wasn't good when I was that age either.
Not true.
Oh.
We won the SEC in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
There you go. Favorite other matchup on the board, Van, I'll go to you first.
Colorado, Utah. What the fuck is the
go.
Coach Prime situation happening?
He's back.
We're not.
They're celebrating.
Coach Prime won big games. Have we moved on culturally from Coach Prime in college football?
I think a lot of people have, yeah.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Not us, though. Not us. We haven't moved
No,
on.
we haven't moved on. Colorado,
Yeah.
Utah is coming
I
off
haven't. They
the
sent
Holy
me
War
sunglasses.
game.
got
Yeah,
that.
exactly. They bought you.
I'm on the take.
Colorado. I'm interested in the Colorado Utah game to see
Me
the
too.
continued development of the program in Boulder.
Salter versus Napier, good
Yeah,
quarterback matchup. Yeah, good game. And I was excited for Colorado when they won and they got to celebrate. It felt like they were close in so many games. They finally got over the hump. So that'll be a good game. Joel, what about you?
BYU at Iowa State, man. So,
Look at us giving love to Utah. And
Yeah,
BYU.
man, we're talking about
Yeah.
Utah football, man. You know,
Mhm.
Jackson Dart is a Utah high school product, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wilson too. Wilson.
Zach Wilson,
Zach
yeah.
Wilson.
Zach
and then
Wilson,
this-
yeah.
He
where's
was
this
dirty
little-
at Utah.
Where is Zach Wilson's younger brother at now? When Zach Wilson first got into the league, I watched a
Yeah.
high school game on ESPN with his younger brother, and he was throwing that pigskin around. I wonder where he ended up. Where did he end up?
I remember watching him play last
So he
year
was
because
good,
someone
yeah.
got hurt. Yeah. Hold on.
Man.
Let's figure it out.
Anyway, but Joe, you were
Yeah,
saying.
Joe, go ahead. I'll look it up.
well, I mean, so like BYU is one of the 6 remaining undefeated teams in the country, and they're the underdog going into this game. Because remember, when over the life of this show, like Iowa State was the Big 12 favorite, and then all of a sudden they lose a couple games. They lose Cincinnati, and then they lost to Colorado. And it was like, oh, okay, like things have kind of fallen apart with them a little bit. But this is like the start of sorting season for my Big 12 heads. So like BYU's got to start playing people. They got to play Iowa State, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, and TCU. Iowa State's got BYU, Arizona State, and TCU. Texas Tech got so it's just we're going to eventually like sort out like who's going to be in the championship game, and this is kind of the start of that. Like we're going to see like this is going to be BYU's chance to play against a real good team, a team that was one of the preseason favorites, and we'll see if they win. I kind of man, BYU's kind of good, man. You know, LJ Martin, dog.
I like that. I like the team. Yeah.
Them
They got
boys,
a good team.
They're
Aaron
yeah, man, they
Bachmeier,
were
yeah.
bullying them boys, man. So
Also,
you know.
Isaac Wilson, little brother of Zach Wilson, is at Utah. So that is a house divided.
Oh, look at that!
Because
I
he
didn't
played
even
last year. I
realize.
remember he played last year. I just didn't want to jump the gun and say he was at Utah.
I
Because I was
hadn't-
like, there's no way he went to Utah and Zach
Man,
went
so-
to BYU. So it was the non-fuckers
know what?
versus the fuckers.
He
yeah.
wanted to fuck.
Yeah.
Little
brother
he,
syndrome.
He was
Yeah.
like, yo, my
Hey,
big
I'm a little
brother.
brother. I get it.
He good as hell. He went there.
Red
he,
versus blue.
He gave up fucking, but he was like, I want to fuck.
Yeah.
So he went to Utah.
He got the red lightsaber.
Straight up, bro.
Man.
Straight up, bro.
Man, but I mean, it's kind of bad news. It brought Devon Dampier right in over his ass,
Yeah.
man.
He got benched last year. That's why
Yeah,
I
so,
thought
yeah.
it was at. I was like, I saw him play last year.
He
but
could
yeah,
be
at
at
Utah.
BYU right now pretending not to fuck the people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and still doing it.
Yeah.
Honor code.
That's right.
Yeah. My other notable game, I want to get your guys' reaction to this. This should have been the G5 National Championship game, but Memphis slips up last week against Chris Mortenson's son, who took over for Trent Dilfer, which is a very crazy sentence to say.
ESPN game.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, number 18, South Florida at Memphis. So Memphis can bounce back here. South Florida is obviously the favorite to be the G5 team. We like South Florida. We're a USF podcast at this point. But do we like this matchup? Are we excited for it?
I think that I'm looking to Memphis to lose this game.
Wow.
They kind of have to. I mean, South Florida has to win this
South
game.
Florida has to win the
That's right,
game. I think that Memphis losing last week was I was shocked at it.
Yeah.
I don't see them getting back on track. South Florida has a lot to play for. This is going to be a great game.
Memphis' quarterback got hurt in that game, so
Of course,
part of the reason.
There's going to be a lot on the line when these two teams play.
Yeah.
So it's going to be competed at a very high level in terms of the competitive nature of the game. I think it's going to be a pretty physical game. South Florida has a physical style football that they play. So they're going to try to go in there and take the will out of the Memphis team by doing what it is that they do, and we'll see how Memphis responds.
And Florida's AD is watching that game closely because if Golish gets to the playoff with USF, he's probably moving up the board. I know ChatGPT didn't even have him on the
They didn't
list,
have
but
him on there.
he's gonna move up the list.
We got a large language model.
Other notable games to throw out there: number 23 Illinois at Washington, number 4 Alabama at South Carolina, Oklahoma State at Texas Tech. We had a comment from Doug Meacham, who is the interim coach for Oklahoma State. He said this about Texas Tech's NIL, quote, "They have a couple of individuals that have given them 5 times more than anyone else on the planet." So Oklahoma State did not learn from Mike Gundy calling out Oregon.
I mean,
they call out Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is going to drill
I guess
them.
y'all had
They got to shut up.
Y'all had T. Boone Pickens, bro. Well, I mean,
Y'all gotta shut up.
how many billionaires do you need to, you know what I'm saying, stop sounding broke?
Right.
I mean, what you just telling people also, dog, this recruiting season all year long. Motherfuckers that are thinking about going to school at Oklahoma State, they're like, oh, they sound broke.
They
I
do
don't wanna
sound
go
broke.
there. They're telling me right now.
They're also pocket
Texas
watchers.
Tech is
They're the
paying.
number 1 pocket watchers in college football.
They're pocket watchers. By the way,
Yeah.
I'll tell you another reason why I'm sick of the fucking complaining about the money. Do I love the money? No. I think it's great for the kids, but it changes the dynamic of sport. I'm still getting used to it.
We all are.
I'm seeing people win. Texas Tech is winning. Yeah, they're winning. They're winning. I'm also seeing teams that don't have crazy NIL. I'm seeing teams that South Florida beat Florida, who had more NIL money invested in that game. If you're talking about people that are guys on campus that are driving around in Ferraris, I don't think you're going to see very many of those on the South Florida campus. So what I'm telling you is
UCLA beat Penn State.
coach your fucking team.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that this doesn't give a tremendous advantage to these other teams, but I remember a Texas A&M team a couple of years ago
Jimbo.
with more NIL investment
2022, yeah.
than anybody fielded the single greatest college football recruiting class by point valuation in the history of the sport. And fucking nothing happened.
And Nick Saban called him out because he was kind of threatened by it.
Yeah.
He was also hating.
Yeah,
But
he was pocket watching.
Yeah, he was pocket watching. So
he always pocket watching.
coach your team and eat what you got. I'm getting sort of sick of this because I'm seeing that just because you spend the most, Ohio State has spun a ton of money last year, but they also had Ryan Day.
Right.
They had a coach that could harness that talent and use that talent. So stop. Come on now.
Go group of 6 then. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hear it. Go group. You lost to
Yeah.
Tulsa. Tulsa ain't got. I know Tulsa ain't got more.
Tulane
money than
had
you.
their whole team basically stolen away, and they still win big games, right?
Yeah.
Go group
They
of
destroyed
6.
Northwestern.
Go FCS. I mean, bro, Texas Tech is in Lubbock, man. Y'all in Stillwater. It's not like we're not talking about one of these titans of industry, New York or some shit like that. That's Lubbock. They're convincing people to go out to Lubbock and they
They
paying
got a
for
lot
it.
of money though.
Y'all could be that. Yeah, they got more money, but Oklahoma State, again, you had your.
They have
advantages.
money. They got Nike
money.
money
You had
too.
your advantage,
Yeah.
and if it's too much for you, bro, let me just take you down. There are some leagues that will have you.
Yeah,
Play
100%.
the Madden.
Go to
Yeah.
go to
We'll
Pac-12.
call that man
Yeah,
coach.
play the Madden coach. Play
Go
the
to
Madden.
Pac-12. Texas State is in the Pac-12 now. Or will be next year.
They're just giving excuses because they're going to lose games. I'm not saying that it's not a factor. It is a factor. You want your collective to be competitive. You want your NIL infrastructure to be elite. but I'm seeing people do it. I'm seeing people win. I'm seeing people lose.
All right.
Only time we hear about them is they being hoes, man.
Yeah.
I was like, just
Damn,
yeah,
call
pay.
people hoes. bro.
Yeah. Stop it,
Getting more
guys.
comfortable.
Number 25, Michigan at Michigan State. Another game. California at Virginia Tech on Friday. Kansas State at Kansas, which was going to be a really good game at the beginning of the season.
That could be a good,
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Number 16, Virginia at UNC. Jordan Ritter-Kahn, the Ringer's very own, will be at that game covering the Bill Belichick
Jordan
experience.
covering Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan on Jordan. That could be a nice Q&A. Auburn at Arkansas.
Jesus Christ.
Baylor at
Putting
number
that up.
21, Cincinnati. Number 17, Tennessee at Kentucky. So those are the notable games that are happening this weekend. Now I turn it over to you, Van. Big Van on campus.
First of all, before I even get into this, run the clip.
Coach, I've heard some former players and others say there's a lack of physicality on this football team, in particular on the offensive side of the ball. Are you seeing that?
Well, I think we need to be more physical. I think there's always the need for physicality, right? How you play this game really is about who you are. You know, football is a game of violent collisions, and certainly from an offensive line standpoint, everybody's going to look towards the physicality there on the offensive line. Those are the best 5 guys we got out there. If we had, another group, we'd certainly play them as well. So, listen, everybody, is going to look at this and has their opinions, and I respect everybody's opinion. But there's no doubt that anytime you evaluate your football team, the first thing you're going to look for is physicality.
I run a restaurant. I baked the cake. You guys are eating the cake. You didn't like the cake. Say to me, hey, this cake didn't taste good.
This cake didn't taste good, man. What's going on with it?
I'll tell you what's going on is sometimes you have a cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make the best cake.
Yeah, of course.
You put the eggs in the cake. You make your frosting sweet. You bake the cake. You watch the cake.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you make a cake, and then the cake just isn't there yet. The cake, you've made it. You've put it in there. You've put it's your cake, right?
Yeah.
You're responsible for it. You baked the
You're the
motherfucker.
baker, yeah.
You baked it.
Yeah.
It's your cake.
Yeah.
But then your cake is not physical. Okay? Your cake gets ran over. Your cake can't run the ball.
Yeah.
But it's not your fault.
Right.
You put all the ingredients together. You were the one that watched the cake.
You're blaming the ingredients.
You're blaming the ingredients. And you're also
What's up with this sugar?
And you're also saying
Man.
sometimes I just bake a cake and the cake is all fucked up. And there's no one to blame. There's no one to blame. Sometimes I just put sugar, water, flour, eggs, all of that. I whip the motherfucker. I do the whole thing. I give it to you. It loses to Vanderbilt, and there's no one to blame. It's just the cake. We're going to keep getting better every year, every fucking week at losing. What the fuck kind of answer was that? Like, you know what the thing is? Coach, why aren't we physical? Well, it could be myriad reasons. Are we injured? Are we playing young players? Is it strength and conditioning?
Yeah.
What is the reason that DJ Chester, shout out to that young man,
Yeah, so sad.
he's going to start at left tackle for LSU, and I give DJ Chester so much credit. But the reality is the entire world saw DJ Chester get blown off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is not about him, because every time the fucking team asks him to plug in on the offensive line, he answers the bell. If it's center, if it's guard, if it's tackle, he is there. The question is, why aren't some of these guys getting better? And that's not on them. That is on the man and the staff that they trusted to develop them. Nobody on that staff, nobody in that locker room wants to lose. Yeah. Everybody wants to win. The entire state of Louisiana wants to win.
Yeah, right.
Everybody wants to win. We know that. You do not have to come out and give a press conference where you tell us that nobody wants to lose. We know they want to win.
Right.
The question is, why are they playing below their talent level? Why are we not developing offensive linemen? Why did our defense, when we came out and knew that we had a quarterback that was a running quarterback, why didn't we have a scheme in place to mitigate that? Why, when we needed a touchdown, are there guys that are false starting and dropping us back? What's the thing that's being communicated from the staff that is not getting to the players and resulting in not just winning football. It's not winning football.
Yeah.
Fuck winning.
Yeah.
Fuck winning football. Fuck winning football. Fuck winning the game.
Man.
I'm talking about dominating at LSU. I'm talking
Brian
about
Kelly.
LaRon
Right,
Landry.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about motherfucking Eric Reed. I'm talking about Devin White. I'm talking about fucking Greedy. I'm talking about Del Pitt.
Yeah, Duke Riley. Yeah.
I'm talking about Duke Riley. Shout out Duke Riley.
Duke Riley, yeah.
Duke Riley. Shout out Duke Riley.
Yeah.
Duke Riley made some good decisions in his life after football too.
He did.
Look,
He did.
but
He
I'm
did.
talking about LSU. I'm talking about knocking people off the fucking ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Charles fucking Scott.
There you go.
Do y'all remember fucking Charles Scott?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you remember Charles Scott?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about? I'm talking about LSU. We're not LSU.
Man.
We not LSU. Why aren't we LSU? That's the question. Scone, Blake, Jock, one of y'all that's in that room. Ask Brian Kelly why we not LSU. That's the question. Fuck all the other shit, because if you ask him why we ain't winning the games, he's going to go, well, we expect to win, and we have a great opportunity.
And
We're
say-
excited to play
And
Texas
say
A&M.
you're spoiled at one
Yeah,
point.
we're spoiled. We're
Yeah.
excited to play Texas A&M. We're always excited. We're excited for the challenge. Why aren't we LSU right now? We can look at it and see that we're not. We know that everybody wants to win. Everybody's working. These guys are working their tails off. We know, bruh. They're working hard. Everyone is working hard. Everybody wants to win. Everybody is all in, 100%, the whole fucking thing. Well, everybody's there. What's wrong?
At least he won the season.
I just want to, so people that are watching the show understand, LSU is 5-2 with 2 losses on the road to top 20 teams.
I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. What the fuck do that mean?
currently ranked top 10.
Well, I'm
man.
just saying, again, they didn't lose to Southeast Louisiana. You know what I mean? Like they lost. I mean, again,
We gotta close the show.
Here, look, hold on.
Fuck all of this shit.
Stop.
I
Time out.
we gotta close the show.
No, okay.
We-
It is
we-
unacceptable
we
that
don't-
they got bullied
Guys.
by Vanderbilt.
Bro.
Yeah.
It is
To go back to
you
Louisiana
got
State
money on the
University.
line. I understand you got money on the line. You got money wrapped up
It's
in
Louisiana
this.
State
It goes
University,
even
guys.
deeper than that. It's even deeper
You
than
guys,
that
Glenn
for you.
Dorsey, Chad Lavallee.
Okay,
Like what? It's
Justin Vincent,
just
you know?
Marcus Spears. Spears, you
Josh
got any
Reed.
eligibility left?
Marcus Spears' son, by the way, #1 player in the country in
Yeah,
basketball.
basketball.
Oh, he
He's
cold.
good.
He's
cold.
real
nice.
cold.
He's
Marcus
nice.
Spears Jr. cold.
I'm a big fan.
How about this?
Yeah.
How about you know what I'm gonna do?
His daughter is cold.
How
too.
about this? Volleyball.
Yeah.
Marcus Spears' whole family is
Yeah,
cold.
shout out to Marcus Spears,
Marcus
man.
Spears
I'm a
cold.
big fan.
How about
Yeah.
this? How about this? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take any NIL money that I've sent to LSU before.
Going to Marcus Spears.
I want Marcus Spears Jr. That's what I'm gonna do.
The next Ben Simmons, but better.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
#1
yeah,
player.
yeah.
#1 player.
Yeah, I'm gonna invest into that because
Yeah.
we need him. we need him. He might have to get out there and catch some passes. We might have to throw it up.
Little Julius Peppers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, he was pretty good. Yeah, man. I wonder
Marcus
why-
Spears was a dog.
I don't know. Yeah, he was a tight end too. Once
A
upon
tight
time.
end? No, he was a dog. That's one of the all-time Southern Lab kittens right there. It was a dog.
Who was the kid from Southern Lad? Chad.
Talking about Chad Jones?
That's it. That's the one. The safety.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Baseball,
played
football?
baseball.
Yeah.
Football.
Baseball, football.
We need more two-sport
Louis-
athletes.
Louisiana's Bo Jackson.
Yes.
Once
Yeah.
again,
He was
a
cold.
dog.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Once
Kevin-
again, a dog.
Kevin-
What
Remember
about
the Coastal
hey,
Carolina?
Falk?
We need more dogs.
Hey, what about dog? Hey, what about Craig Stelz?
Oh.
What about Craig Stelz? Jack Hunt.
Who was the Rondell
Demetrius
cat?
Hookfin. What
Rondell-
about these? What? Rondell Mealy?
Rondell Mealy.
What
That's
about
it.
There you go.
Rondell Mealy and Herb Tyler and
LeBrandon Tofield.
What about LeBrandon Tofield, man?
Yeah.
What about? I'm talking about
Derek
dogs.
Stingley?
I'm talking about dogs, bro.
Derek Stingley Jr.
Dogs.
He's cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dog. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it.
Brandon
You know what I
Harris.
mean?
You
They
think
got
Brandon
it.
Harris was a dog?
I like Brandon Harris.
Yeah, he's a
I thought he
nice
was a
guy.
dog. I thought he was poorly developed.
Okay. All right. He's a good guy.
Still
Yeah,
a
he's a
dog.
great guy.
Shout out.
I think he works
Bo-
for Texas or something.
Bo,
like
yeah,
that.
he is. He's the GM there. I think.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
Parkview High School in Bossier City. Brandon Harris.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm just saying, I know, and this team, I'm not saying this team ain't got dogs. Monsieur Delane is a dog.
Yeah, they got some
Whit Weiss
dogs.
is a dog. Harold Perkins is a dog. I'm not saying they ain't got dogs.
Caden Durham.
I'm saying they got dogs. They got dogs, Harlem Bear. I'm not saying these guys ain't dogs. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying, why ain't they barking?
Man.
That's it. That's all we want to know. And we don't want to bitch.
They've been neutered by the coach.
Last thing I say, this ain't no Microsoft Tech conference, bitch. Fuck all that. Like you might as well put Brian Kelly in a fucking turtleneck and have them introduce a new product. Bitch, this ain't about Windows, iOS. Don't talk to us like you giving us a dissertation with a fucking slideshow,
Like
man.
y'all don't understand football.
Like,
That's how
talk
he
to
talks.
us. We
Yeah.
see on the thing, dogs. Anyway, that's it.
Man, that's too bad, bro.
Shut up.
That's just. I mean, I understand.
He's closing up his iPad.
As somebody
It's
with
over,
a head
bro.
coach that I'm not excited about, I understand.
Man, TCU, bro. You got so much to say about every other program.
We've been in the national championship game more recently than LSU. So
Yeah,
just
but have
calm
you
down.
won it?
Just pick it.
Have you won it?
I was
mean,
at that game. They did
Yeah.
not win.
They got that us. They got that. Whoa, you busted that us?
They did
Hold on,
not
wait a
win.
second.
Have y'all won a? Have y'all
Hold
won
on,
a?
hold on. You busted that us? What
All I
happened?
know.
What happened? You
was
busted.
not close.
I've never been part of a school that lost to Vanderbilt. That's all
You
I'm
busted
saying.
that. You
Yeah.
busted that
Okay.
us?
Yeah.
You busted that.
And that's what Vanderbilt did to
You
y'all.
busted that is true.
Yes, that's right.
But
That's
hold
right.
on.
right.
Hold on. Vanderbilt won.
Vanderbilt won.
Yeah.
What
They
happened
did-
to TCU was
That was a belt to ass. Yeah.
you busted that us. Like,
PTA.
it sent you back. It sent you back, bro.
Okay, that's all fine. That's fine. It happened.
Hey.
If it happened in the championship game, this is what I got to
that's
live
cool.
with.
No,
There was everybody in college football was watching us play football that night. You know what I'm saying?
well,
You
well-
said LSU got a chance. They was watching TCU play in the national championship game.
Nah, we probably weren't. We probably should have
Quentin
been
Johnson,
watching.
by the way, now
Quentin
plays for the
Johnson.
Chargers. So
I
that
gotta
was
be
his
honest
first
with you.
game in
I
SoFi.
will say this, just to keep it real, like we haven't gotten that ass busting in the national championship. Alabama did that, but
right.
what was the TCU game? What was the score?
69-7, I think. Right?
Not like that though. That's a bust of that ass.
Okay.
I stayed. I stayed because I was like, this is history.
You stayed at the
I mean,
game.
they
Yeah,
lost.
and
That's
as I
fine.
watch people
I mean,
leaving.
if you got to lose in the national championship game, that's it'll happen. Sometimes
The
it
Christians ain't lost that bad since the dark ages, bro.
That's what people were saying.
Yeah. What the fuck?
All right. I mean, Tate, man. Tate, dog. Tate, man. What happened? What happened?
I'm just saying. I was shocked.
I mean,
I was
after he aired you out. I didn't even say nothing about what we did to UNC, man.
I know. I,
You
was
know what I'm
like,
saying?
I got nothing to say. I didn't say
Okay,
anything. I
all
got
right,
nothing to
all
say.
right.
I got nothing to say.
Okay.
Look at Carolina football. We got nothing.
Right.
So we got
Oh,
nothing.
my God.
Parting shots before we get out of here. Last thing.
Man, well, first of all, man, it's just good to,
it's
to
fun.
fellowship.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, man, I'm glad we got to do this, man.
Yeah, so much
You know,
better. So much better.
Yeah, hopefully we get to do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, Joel's moving to LA.
Yeah.
I would love to, man. Like I said, if somebody wants to help me
Put the
negotiate
pressure on.
more money, I'll do it. Trust me.
Directly on the show in this current climate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy for the position I have. I have a very good job. I'm very happy. But if you want to take it to the next level,
Yeah,
if you want me to
yeah.
come out here to LA, I'm gonna need
Yeah.
I'm gonna need 4 bedrooms.
I don't know, man.
That's tough.
You got
I don't know,
kids.
that's
I
tough.
got kids,
You gotta
man.
read, Joe. You
Good
gotta read the
kids.
room when you're talking that type of
I got
shit.
good kids, man. All right. You know what? I Mike Loxley, because this is Maryland football segment here.
Mm.
Man, they're gonna fire your black ass, bro.
Oh no.
Black ass. They're gonna fire it, man. He did that thing again, that September Maryland thing, was like you got everybody's hopes excited.
Yeah.
And then you lost 3 straight.
That Washington game was
Yeah.
really
That's
that was
tough.
the game. That's when
That's
it
tough,
flipped.
man.
You know what I mean?
That's
They were
right.
up at that entire game.
yeah, man. They
Just
got
completely
they got
turned.
Indiana next, man. You know, and just I hope.
I think for Joel, I think UCLA or Maryland has to beat Indiana. You know what I mean? I,
would-
think that saves face.
I would
for all
really.
the
It would make
conversations
me.
about
It
both
would because I
programs.
don't have a lot of hope in TCU. Like I just
Yeah.
kind of just let that go this year. But yeah, man, I really take a lot of pride in what Nico's done, and I've supported
We
him.
had the Joel Bowl last week.
They had the Joel Bowl
Yeah.
last weekend. I wasn't out here for it, but you
Yeah,
know,
Nico
man.
got hurt. He's back now, so that's
Yeah.
good news. Van, any last parting shots?
Dogs.
Just 3.
We ain't stupid, man. You know, we ain't stupid. Like this is the last thing I'll say. You're out with your boys. You know, you come home. Your girl is sitting there, and you look at her, and she asks for a hug, and you go, "Oh man, we was running around. I gotta take a shower before I hug you." She not stupid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're
you
like
wanna
you're
run
like,
around
you're like
with your
how
boys.
good does Antonio Banderas look?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she not
Yeah,
that's
that's right. Yeah.
She allowed you to take the shower because she didn't want that stink on her.
Mm.
She not stupid though. She knows what happened, and we know.
Wow. What happened?
Shut up. And we know. That's all I'm saying. We know. We fucking with you. We support.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But we know
we need a better cake.
we need a better cake, man. The cake analogy didn't really work, but still, like we know dogs, and I'm looking forward to the college football weekend.
Yeah, me too. Saturday, Ringer Tailgate. We will be live. We will be reacting to the games. Come hang out with us. We appreciate everybody tuning in to Ringer Tailgate, and we will see you on Saturday. Must be 21 or older and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.